good, everybody? My name is Caio, and this is my very first YouTube video, so welcome. I just want to give thanks to God, number one, and my family and friends, to those who've always shown me support and guiding me through the years. I also want to give thanks to y'all, the ones watching this right now. I appreciate y'all. This video took a lot for me to post, and vulnerability is never easy. Yes, on some real, I've really contemplated this for a long time, and I'm taking a huge leap of faith in doing so. I don't know how it will go or where it will go, but I'm not worried. I have faith, and that's just all I can say. You know, I'm just gonna keep putting out as much as I can and hoping for the best. So I pray y'all enjoy it just as much as I enjoyed living and making it. But yeah, to be honest, 2025 has been a rough year for me. I had before 2025 started, I was pursuing some dreams I had, which I later came to realize just lacked purpose. This dream began to take me away from myself and the things I truly valued. Regardless, I'm grateful to all who supported me and provided me a platform through that journey. Thank you very much. I hope this can shine some light as to how I got here and why it needed to happen. Even though that chapter of my life is over, it doesn't have to be a bad thing. Because if it didn't come to an end, I wouldn't be here right now talking to y'all, talking to this camera. At least right now, I'm talking on camera right now. I'm not talking to y'all directly, but like I'm talking on camera. But yeah, it's the same thing because you're watching this video and I'm talking to y'all because this video's for y'all and the camera's right here. But yeah, talking to y'all. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. So context on where I was and what I was doing before I made this video.
Here I come. Here I come.
I worked in the hospitality industry for about 7 years, and I just made my way up the tree. I started working at a dive bar, worked my way up from a busboy all the way to a bartender, then to a manager, and then from there, I moved over to a new spot on the busiest block in the city, King Street. And yes, I'm from Toronto, born and raised.
W's in the shot. W's in the shot.
But yeah, started off as a bartender there, quickly built trust among my teammates, among everyone over there, climbed the ranks, and branched off into management. As I was a manager, built some merit, built some credit, you know what I mean? And then boom! New restaurant. I got asked to be the AGM. I'm like, okay. And obviously it made sense. It was just a natural progression in my career path, and I was excited to learn how it all happens, you know? I believe I was gonna be sitting at the table, making the big calls, making the big plays, you know? But that was not the case. Which is not an issue at all, actually. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it was a bad thing at all. I was okay with that. You know, as long as I was an essential part in developing the team, the culture, the brand, like, I think it was still worth it at the end of the day. You know, I still was able to take away from it. Still was able to grow because I was always learning something new every day. But yeah, fast forward about a year later, the restaurant is booming. We're absolutely packed. People are hitting me up nonstop. You know, the spot was fire. We blew up on TikTok, and then, bro, it was lineups every single day out the door. Unfortunately, I won't be naming that spot, but if you know, you know. And if you know me, you know. And you know, you know. So you know, you know. That's it. So yeah, that was my life. It was all I did. It literally consumed all my time. Which I don't necessarily think is a bad thing, but it just wasn't for me at the time. I feel like it just wasn't for me. But it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's what comes with the job. You know, any job I feel like really takes your full devotion, like your full time, your full life, your fullness. It just takes it all. But yeah, that was it. Like, it just got to, sadly, it just got to like a toxic point for me. Like, I was trading myself, my relationship, my values for monetary gain and social status, you know? And over the time, the environment just slowly started not being for me. I just like wasn't able to practice or even express the things that I truly valued, you know? And there were times where I didn't agree with something or an action or an attitude or a behavior, and I would just let it slide because it was just easier to deal with it like that. There were times where I was being manipulated or even manipulating others myself for like the business's gain or my gain, you know? Things like that, like low-key started all slowly taking a toll on me, you know? And I started to use any escapes I could to kind of make up for it. Like, definitely was relying on some addictions that I had, you know? And I was just like not in a good place. Like, I just didn't feel like I was in a good place, you know? The job was affecting me negatively. Like, my vibrations were off. So after like a handful of bummy nights, tough convos, and trying to find a way to balance it all, I just finally realized I couldn't. Like, my heart posture just wasn't there, you know? Like, I was not in line with myself anymore. It was just throwing me off balance. So I had to make the hard decision, and to be honest with not only myself but my teammates, because I was in a leadership role, and it was important that my team knew where I was at with that, you know. And you know, as a leader, like, you kind of don't want to like submit in that sense, but it takes a real man to kind of like to understand where you're at and just take a step back or take a step down, you know. So yeah, I had that hard conversation, and I let him know that I was going to be stepping away, and that, you know, I was done. I was gonna step away, not immediately, but I was gonna step away in about a month's time, and that I'll let them play their roles, and whatever they need from me in that period before I step away, yo, I'm all theirs. And it all seemed great. It was cool, yo. It was chill. They were like, okay, man, it's good to hear that you came to that realization, and we're happy to hear that from you. You know, we hope the best for you and whatnot. So I'm like, all right, sick. I'm like, everything's good. I'm gonna end this chapter clean. Everything's going good. Like, I set everything up nice. But yeah, God had other plans for me, and they terminated me without cause. Whatever. It's cool. Yeah, it's cool. 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 Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Whatever. 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 It's cool. But yeah, God has a funny way of humbling you, you know? And that brings me here. So anytime you feel like, why is this happening to me? Trust the process. God has a greater plan for you. You just have to have faith, you know. And this is my greater plan right now. This is my greater plan. It's something that I felt deep down for a long time, you know. So I'm glad that I'm in a position where I can finally pursue this purpose, you know. And funny that I'm saying all this, because recently I learned something new. It's called spiritual maturity. And when I first heard it, I'm like, yeah, I got that. I got that. It's in the bag. I've been having that. I'm spiritually mature. I know what I'm saying. I know what I'm doing. Yeah. And after hearing more on it, I started to realize, damn, I lacked it majorly. And spiritual maturity has to do with when God calls onto you, and how quickly you act on that calling. And when you're spiritually mature, you act right away, and you don't try and negotiate the terms of that calling. Doing so is an act of obedience and true surrender. When you're trying to negotiate the terms, and you're trying to compromise and create this this opportunity out of your own understanding, it's not surrender. It's not true obedience, you know. And I realized that I was lacking that. I was lacking that urgency for God's calling. I was lacking that urgency for acting on His will, you know. So yeah, God took this out of my life. It's so amazing. He went ahead and removed this job out of my life because it was suppressing me, also that I can move on to my calling with urgency. Like, He blessed me with that. He didn't have to even do that. He did that for me. Like, He knew that I was struggling with that. He knew that I was latching onto that, even though it was not good for me, you know. So He removed that from my life so that I can move forward with urgency, so I can move forward quickly, you know. And yeah, I'm extremely grateful for that. Like, I'm extremely grateful, and I give thanks, you know. But yeah, listen, I'm not perfect. I know I'm not perfect. I'm a long way from it too, you know. But I know that as long as I put God first, He'll make all my paths straight. So I pray for all of y'all right now that God makes your path straight, you know. That God removes the things in your life that are causing you pain. That God heals you and your loved ones. That God's wills falls onto you as soon as possible. To everybody listening, this year has been an absolute shitstorm. And the only reason I see light is because of God. For real. Like, He saved my relationship. He saved my mental. He saved my body. Literally. He healed me. My man healed me, bro. I was suffering. I was eating trash, bro. I was smoking like a chimney, my guy. I was doing things where I shouldn't be doing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm telling you, he's removing impurities with me as we speak, as I'm saying this to y'all. And it's crazy, like, how amazing He is, you know? So I'm grateful for all the struggles and suffering it took to get here, for real. Because if not, I'd for real probably be doing the same whatless things. No cap. Like, I'm over that. I'm onto bigger motion now, you know? I want to give back in big ways. And for now, I take my first steps here. Praying that something meaningful comes from this. That I reach someone who needed to hear this. That I can serve others through this. And to be honest, I don't know what I'm doing just yet. And I'm winging it. But I'm going to keep working. And I'm going to take you on the ride with me. And whatever happens, happens. So yeah. Guys, thank you for tuning in. It means so much to me, you know. It means so much to me. And I think this is going to be an absolute amazing chapter in my life. Like, I think I'm going to find out things about myself and achieve things that I never thought I could achieve, you know. So thank God and welcome to Kayu-sama. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, for real. I have this little comp here that I'm going to show you. I'm going to put up right here for you. I accumulated this over the years and I never posted it, but here's a little comp. It's nothing major. Some is small, about a minute long, and then I'll be back, chat with y'all. Love.
Put it to me after, and I'll share some.
These mais e sexo tem nada fluindo. Levando levares que você não quer ouvir. É só o Rio. Tu tá no RJ, pô, não é Disney. Esquece, papai.
Now that you caught a glimpse of what I've been doing, get used to seeing that a lot. Life through my lens. Some things you'll also be seeing a lot of too is gaming clips, Pokemon rips, future vendor POVs, soccer clips, workout clips, and just things that make me, me. I'll also be streaming a lot, so follow me up on Twitch. I think that the streaming aspect of things kind of falls in line with my identity a little more. It's just a little bit more raw, and I can showcase my personality. I don't know if you noticed, but I kind of been looking over at my monitor a lot, just because I set up kind of like some touch points for myself to look at and make sure that I'm hidden throughout this video. This is my very first video. It means a lot to me, so I want to make an impact in doing so. It's meaningful, you know. But yeah, I'm just really giving my best shot with this, and I know this will be a long journey, so hit me up for the ride. I'm always down to work and bounce ideas and see where everybody's mind's at with everything, you know. Iron sharpens iron at the end of the day. But yeah, one last time, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I do appreciate it. Leave a like, leave a comment. It means a lot, helps me with the algae. And yeah, welcome to Caillou Sama. Appreciate y'all.